in the building.
Street executives.
Georgia Muscle Rock.
DJ. Technique.
What's happening, everybody? Of course, it's your host, Young Brinky. You are tuning in to the most award-winning talk show in Memphis. I'm talking about the BrinkTV show. You see the awards, you see the trophies. They always in the cut, kind of like my co-host, but hey, you tuning in to BrinkTV. Now, joining me on tonight's episode is an extremely familiar face. Hey, I know y'all know this lady, but I'm going to give her introduction anyway. I'm talking about Miss Towanna Murphy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, wonderful. First and foremost, I got to say thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's a long time coming.
Yes. You know what? I ain't gonna even say nothing about that. We're gonna leave that one alone.
We go, hey.
Because we was on the same station, and he didn't invite me on his show still.
She didn't invite me on her show either, but another story for another time. But hey, I made a mistake because I should say award-winning.
Yes.
Towanna Murphy.
Yes.
Because it's a beautiful thing to be award-winning, to be recognized.
Yes.
For your work.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
It is, and I was honored.
Yeah.
When I got the email from Cam.
Okay.
And I said, "You sure you got the right one?"
Yeah.
He's like, "No, I got the right one." I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "I'm sure."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay." I said, "I am honored." And so I was like super excited to even be acknowledged for the work that I do and the hard work that comes behind this, because there's a whole lot of sweat and tears and bloodshed for this moment, you know. So it was an honor to be honored.
And of course, this is definitely a Stone Award. Like I say, she is a Stone Award recipient.
Yes, and Stella nominated.
You working? You definitely
yes,
working.
I was Stella nominated in 2000 this year.
Okay.
In March 29th, I was Stella nominated for. Well, I was in the wrong market.
Okay.
So I was supposed to be in the small market.
Gotcha.
And they end up putting me in the wrong category. They put me in the large market.
Okay.
So I battled with 15 large radio stations around the world.
Wow.
And end up being in the top 4.
Okay. Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I will take it. I promise I will take it.
I'll take it too. So you never know how many people really support you until things like that happen.
Okay.
And then it was just it was amazing to me, and I was real honored that I had that opportunity to even be nominated as a small radio station in a large market.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about the radio station, because I do understand this is a royalty paying radio station, right? Is that right? Am I hearing right? Is it a rumor? What's up? Talk to me.
I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but that's what they call it.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's a rumor, but that's what they call it. You know, I'm just a small station.
I got you.
You know, I branched out, and I got 3 or 4 apps, and those apps is actually what really put me on that market.
Gotcha.
And really put me at a standard in which I am now, because I have a small transmitter, as I told you before. I got a small transmitter, and it only goes like 200 feet.
Okay.
North, south, east, west, 200 feet. But with the work of God and the knowledge that God has given me, I turned that 200 feet into 2,000, and then I turned that one into 128,000.
Wow.
Because those apps that I have 128,000 listeners on those. Yeah. And I took that and ran those apps into my boards. Yeah. And those boards run out of that transmitter. Moving mountains.
I promise.
Yeah.
I promise. So go ahead and tell the people, where can they access and listen to this station?
Well, you can listen to WDEM 98.5 FM on the app. You can download the app.
Okay.
iTunes. I'm on iTunes. Gotcha. I am on your Androids or your iPad. You can download WDEM. You can catch me on TuneIn Radio, WDEM, or you can catch me on the stream, WDEMradio.com, or you can catch me at WDEM FM. That's another app that I have. Or you can catch me on Roku or Alexa.
Girl, you all over the place.
Yeah.
Hey, many ways to access this station. Make sure y'all do that.
Right.
Now, let's talk a little bit more about the station, because is it like music only, talk radio, or is it a mixture? Kind of describe it.
You know what I did was I made it a variety station. Okay. Most stations you have are they have a set format.
Gotcha.
You have one station that has just gospel. You have one station that has just R&B, blues, jazz. So what I did was I took all of those radio stations and made it a collaboration of music, talk, jazz, gospel, blues. So you would Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 or 11 a.m. you would catch gospel, but you'll catch gospel all day Sunday.
Right.
After which it'll switch over to blues, jazz, R&B, country. I play it all. But then you'll throw in a talk every now and then. I throw in a talk show with somebody talking about something that's positive in the community. And then even though you'll get like, so I do a Monday night blues show from 7 to 9. And you have to transform yourself to be in that element. Most people would say, well, you still can't cuss, you still can't do this, you can't. Blues people cuss. Yeah. Blues people drink.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to put yourself in that element. It's almost like acting.
That's true. That's true.
It's like acting. So if you're acting, you have to put yourself in that element.
Right.
So if it's gospel, you know you got to be holy. You got to pray. You got to do scriptures. You got to do that. If you know you country, you got to do what country people do.
That's
you know,
true.
you
That's
just
true.
got to put yourself in that element of what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I always tell people when they download music or they send me music to make sure that it's radio version edited, because I don't want all of that cussing on my station.
Exactly.
And even though when I do a blues show, I do cussing on my blues show because that's what got me to where I am.
That's true.
Not only that, my station is a charting station.
Okay.
And I pay royalties.
Okay. Well, hey, for you artists out there that just heard that, make sure your paperwork is right, and make sure you talk to Mr.
Make sure it's tagged properly. You know, because we get people that'll send me music that don't is not registered to be on my Sound Exchange. It's not registered, so I can't play it, because what happens is my system will kick it right out.
Yeah, it's not encoded.
Right, it's not encoded. It won't. My system will kick it right out. It won't even let me play it.
Yeah, so it'll spit it right back out.
Spit it right
make
back
sure
out.
You got your business in order. She's definitely about her business. Now let's go ahead and talk about the TV aspect of things, because we mentioned at the top of the show, you know, we used to be on, the same network. We were both, I guess we can call it SVP alumni, because hey, it's all love. It's definitely all love. But how did you get into television?
Actually, I got a call from Debbie McClendon. Everybody know Debbie McClendon. And she asked me to come and co-host. She seen me host a show, gospel show.
Gotcha.
And she asked me if I would come and co-host Let's Talk. We all know what Let's Talk is, quartet, that kind of stuff. And so I came in, and that's when I started co-hosting Let's Talk with Debbie McClendon.
Okay. All right, and from there, that kind of spawned into your own show.
To my own radio show.
My goodness. Man, that show was something serious. And
it was a beast.
If I'm not mistaken, you probably was like the second highest rated person on SVP.
Yeah.
Behind our guy,
Thaddeus Matthews.
Definitely got to say, and since we brought up Thaddeus, and like I say, one thing I definitely got to say, shout out to the big homie.
Yeah.
He was very supportive of me, during my span at SVP.
Okay.
One thing he told me, he was like, when we had, I think it was like a Super Bowl party or whatever, he was like, you know what I like about you, boy? You make them folks pay you. Keep making them folks pay you. And hey, it's been love ever since.
It's been love ever since.
Definitely shout out to the big homie. But let's talk about you two's relationship, as far as he was actually your manager at one point, correct? Yes,
he was my manager at one set.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about that. So what happened with it?
Well, with Thaddeus being my manager, I wanted to, when I first started the show, I wanted to focus on women that have been abused.
Okay.
Women that have been raped. Women that had just going through depression, suicidal thoughts, because we as women go through that every day.
Understand.
And so I wanted to touch on that, but I didn't want to go to the extreme, in which I went to the extreme.
Yeah.
If you feel where I'm coming from.
I remember.
I wanted to be a positive light. I didn't want that light to be negative.
Okay.
And under the management of Mr. Matthews, it became that, even though it was the highest rated, station show behind Thaddeus, because Thaddeus was the top man,
still is.
And I can't be, it still is, and I came behind him as the top woman, and so it was good, but it wasn't good.
I got you.
And I it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It wasn't what I was brought up to be.
I remember talking to you off camera, and you told me how that show and what came from it, the it brought you to a dark place.
It did.
You know.
Yeah.
The residuals from this show brought you to a dark place. You getting all type of death threats and hate mail, all that type of stuff.
Right.
And it's like you said that the people that were with you or supporting you, it's like they abandoned you. You became lonely.
Lonely. It was a dark place for me. I didn't have all of my friends backed up for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting the calls that I was getting before. It was times where, you know, you want to get on the phone and call your home girl, but you can't because she doesn't want to talk to you because I had put myself in a uncompromising situation that I shouldn't have been in the first place. But it left me lonely. I had gotten to a depression mode, and so I had to get myself out of that depression mode, and the only way to get myself out of it was to walk away from it. Okay.
And so from there, that loneliness that actually led to a personal relationship with you and Mr. Matthews, correct?
Yeah, it did.
We're about to talk about that. We're finna take this commercial break. We're finna dive deep into this personal relationship. Hey, y'all stay tuned. What's happening, everybody? I'm Young Brink, host of the #1 music and entertainment talk show in Memphis and the Mid-South, BrinkTV. And of course, these are my awards. But let me cut to the chase. I got a question for you guys. When was the last time that you were on television to promote your business or your music? You can't answer that, can you? Well, check this out. The BrinkTV show, we interview artists, entrepreneurs, basically all forms of entertainment. So if you rap, sing, model, or you're a comedian, hey, we invite you to the BrinkTV couch. Now, we also play music videos, so if your video ain't too ratchet and you got a clean song, we can play it for you. Business owners, we play TV commercials as well, so contact us. And be sure to check us out each and every Tuesday night, Comcast Channel 31 at 9:30 p.m. If you don't have Comcast, you're in luck. Just go to BrinkTVShow.com and check out the live stream. So you mentioned you were going through this state of depression, loneliness, people abandoned you. You were able to confide into Thaddeus Matthews.
Right.
And you guys got personal.
We got personal.
So talk about it.
Well, it was just one of those lonely states. You know, when you're going through some stuff. And at that point, I had been through some stuff. You know, I've been through a bad marriage. I was raped, dealing with depression. And I was going through a whole lot of stuff at that time. And when you're sitting down and talking to your manager and you're strategizing things, that led to, who is this person? Who is that person? And so those people started to get tortured. Yeah. And I didn't want that to happen. I just wanted to talk about it, but I didn't want to hurt the people that I had hurt. Right. But because he had gotten so obsessed with it, it went to a whole different level. It went to a level that I didn't want to go to. And at that point, I just had to go with it because it was out there. I had to go with it. In the process of that, going through that, I hurt a lot of people. Yeah. I hurt a lot of people, and I felt so bad. So beginning to feel remorseful about, you know, all the elements of what transpired. You stepped away from the show. Stepped away from it. And that's when the personal went chaos. Went chaotic. It went. I don't even know where it went. So chaos. This is where I come in. Like I say, around this time, I'm getting ready to step into SVP, get my show on there, and all of a sudden these pictures surface online. And my goodness, I mean, hey, I ran out of lotion looking at them pictures. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will not lie. I ran out of lotion. Yeah, jerkins. Yeah, I ran out of my jerkins. So yeah, so I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, what was going on? Oh man, that was one of the most hurtful things that I had ever experienced, and it had never happened to me. Okay. And I won't tell you how that picture came about because I don't remember. I got you. So I don't remember even taking the picture. Yeah. When the picture was shown to me, and it was like, how you get that? You know, when did I take that? Yeah. And so it would be erased is what I was told. And I was like, okay, just take it off because I never remembered it. Yeah. And the day that the actual picture surfaced, I was coming out of work because I was teaching at Anthem Career College. Wow. And I was coming out of work and my phone kept buzzing. Boom, 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 boom. My phone buzzing. And I was like, what's going on? My phone buzzing. So then my friend called and she said, Towanna. And I said, what? She said, girl, your titties are all over Facebook. I said, my titties on Facebook? And they are glorious. Yes, they are glorious. And she was like, yeah, your titties all over Facebook. And I'm like, you lying. And she said, yeah. So she screenshot it and sent it to me. And I was
Right.
like, oh my God. I was like, oh, these people see my titties.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God. But prior to, we had an argument.
Okay.
Me and Thaddeus had an argument. And he had said in that argument, if you don't do what I asked you to do, I'm going to show this picture.
Okay.
And at that point, I was at a point in my life that is like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, show it.
Okay.
I said, what they gonna see is a pretty woman,
Yeah.
a flat stomach, some stretch marks from some kids, and some pretty titties.
Indeed.
Show it.
Indeed.
And he said, well, if you don't do what I asked you to do, I'm gonna show it. And I said, show it. And he showed it. He showed it. But instead of it breaking me, it made me.
Yeah.
And when he really thought about it, he was like, I done got this girl popular showing her titties on social media.
Hey, viral. It
Went viral. And it's like, dude, my titties went viral.
Yeah.
And then I went to somebody's office one day to pick up a payment, and he told me to sit in his office, and his screensaver had my titties
Wow.
on the screen. I said, this man got my titties on his screensaver. And then when he came in, I was like, really?
Yeah.
You got my titties on his
You
screensaver?
got your titties on the screen.
Right, titties on screen.
Titties on
Da-da-da-da,
screen.
there it is. But so what I did was I took that negative and I made that negative a positive.
Lifted, right,
And
right.
so I made it funny
Gotcha.
versus I'm mad.
Right.
This is this.
Right.
And so when I came back live on air that Friday, I said, so I guess y'all wanted to see me with my shirt off. I was trying to ask Debbie
Yeah.
if I could be naked,
Yeah.
but she told
Debbie
me no.
wasn't going.
No,
Debbie-
Debbie wasn't
Miss-
going.
Miss Debbie wasn't
It was
going.
Sam actually.
Okay.
It was Sam.
Rest in
and
peace.
Sam
Rest in
said,
peace.
Tawanna, don't you take your shirt off? I said, well, they already seen him. Just let me go on and show
Yeah.
it again so it can be like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I made that out of a joke.
Gotcha.
Versus me really letting that bother me.
Right, right.
At first, it did.
Yeah.
That first week, I had a hard time dealing with that.
Yeah.
I really had a hard time. And Thaddeus never knew that I was getting ready to waste him.
Wow.
He didn't know.
Wow.
And he may know after watching this show
Right.
what was going to happen. It took 6 of them to come get me. I was getting ready to shoot him. He was pulling up.
Wow.
Debbie McClennan, Sam Smith, Brenda, Tony, Cleo, Ken, who else? It was 2 other people were there.
Debbie's son probably was there.
It was a lot of them
Yeah.
that came out there.
Yeah.
And Thaddeus never knew I was there.
Wow.
It took 6 of them to calm me down.
Yeah.
They took what I had in my hand and they said, Tawanna, he ain't worth it.
Wow.
Tawanna, he ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. It took the many people to come get me
Yeah.
because I was getting ready to waste them. It was going to be a lot of people, you know, that was there that was like, Tawanna, that's it.
Right.
And I was like, I don't care about going to jail. I ain't going to lose.
Yeah.
I ain't going to lose. And it took mentally, I had to really go through in my mind, like, okay, God, help me get through this. Help me get through this.
Right.
And so maybe 2 days before my show, they had listening parties.
Right.
People had listening parties just to see what I was going to say,
Yeah.
you know, after that, to see how I was going to react
Right.
behind that.
Right.
And so I had already strategized what I was going to do.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, God, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to do what I got to do.
Right.
And so I had handled it so professionally that the people applauded me versus tearing me down about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But I had a lot of people that was tearing me down still because, you know, you got a lot of Thaddeus lovers.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You got a lot of Thaddeus
That's
lovers.
true.
So the Thaddeus lovers still tore me down. And then I had the positive people that's like, I applaud you for that.
Right.
And so I made a negative a positive.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta flip it, but fast forwarding through that, you know, everything was mended. You know, he actually apologized to you for all of the hurt and wrongdoing, right?
Right. And that was unexpected.
Okay.
Because, like I said, a man such with Thaddeus Matthews' caliber,
Yeah, his
you know,
statue.
his
Yeah.
statue,
Yeah.
to say, I'm sorry
Yeah.
for hurting you, Tawanna. I was angry.
Yeah.
That meant a lot to me. It really did. And like I told you earlier, I had to even apologize, you know, for some stuff I had done to him.
Right.
But even to make that step
Yeah.
was like a big thing for me, you know, and forgiveness is everything, you know, and I think God had opened Thaddeus' heart just like he's opened up mine,
Right.
you know, to say, okay, you know, if he can forgive her, then she can forgive him, and then I'm going to mend this relationship
Yeah.
with them two. And so me and Thaddeus do talk.
Yeah.
You know, I'll call him. You know, he's been really supportive, you know, right now with the death of my sister. You know, he's been supportive. You know, he was first one called. You know, Murphy, you all right? You need something? Are you good?
Yeah.
you know, and so that meant a whole lot to me, just for him to do that. And in the Bible, forgiveness, you got to learn to forgive people.
Yeah.
And some people will ask me, Towanna, how could you talk to him? How could you do this? How could you take a picture after everything he did? Guess what? If you don't forgive, you can't move forward.
That's true.
You can't move forward. And if you don't forgive, he still got control.
That's true.
You know, I still had control of him because he wouldn't forgive me. He still had control of me because I wouldn't forgive.
Yeah.
But when we both forgive, God started opening doors.
Exactly. You know, one thing that one of my good mentors told me years back when I was having a problem with a adversary, you know, he was like, Brink, why are you allowing this person to have that much space in your mind? Like, you allowing them to have that much space. They were in all this room when you could be strategizing or, you know, working on something that's gonna better you or further your career, but you allowing them to have that much room in your head.
That much.
And when it hit me, I was like, damn, I'm messing
they
up.
were in space.
I'm messing up.
You're messing up because you let them rent space.
Exactly.
You let them allow that time in your head when you could be using it for something else.
Something positive, something beneficial, productive, prosperous.
Yes.
But negativity.
I think out of all of this, Brink, is that I've shown women that you can do it no matter what the odds are.
Yeah.
You know, even when the walls are stacked up and the odds are against you, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can come out of depression. You can you know, get over.
Right.
And a lot of people say you can't get over a rape. You can't get over oppression. Yes, you can. I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it. You know, and it took a lot of prayer. You know, it took a lot of fasting. It took a lot to get to where I am now. And I tell women all the time, you can do it if you put your mind to it.
Right.
You know, nothing's too hard for God.
Yeah.
But you got to keep him first in order to get there.
Indeed.
Yeah, and so I'm a living witness that you can rise above the adversaries.
Right.
You can do it.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, tell them all your social media. That way they can keep up with you, as well as the station one more time.
Well, the station is WDEM 98.5 FM. You can download the apps on iTunes, TuneIn, Alexa, Roku. What else I got? Androids, iTunes.
Yeah.
You can get me on all of those. You can Facebook me at Towanna Murphy, or you can go to Towanna Murphy's fan page, or you can go to WDEM 98.5 fan page, and you can catch me there too. IG, Instagram. I'm still getting used to all that, but the Instagram, I'm getting used to it. Or you can tweet me. Is it Twitter?
Twitter.
Twitter. Tweet. Twitter.
The little bluebird.
The little bluebird. Yeah. You can tweet me as well.
Yeah.
I'm there. I always respond. I respond to everybody.
Okay.
So I'm not the type of person that don't respond. I do respond.
Most definitely. Of course, I got to say thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. The award-winning Towanna Murphy. Y'all make sure y'all check out the station. Continue to follow her and support her career. She's doing wonderful things. With that being said, now back to more Brink TV.